Hey, it's Al Angelo from A Plus Racing. We're at Thunder Hill, and I want to bring you a video on how to get involved in racing. And what I mean by that is I get asked all the time, Al, I want to take my driving skills to the next level. I want to join a club and start racing wheel to wheel. So what does it take to do something like that? So this video is going to explain to you every step of the way of what it's going to take to get you, that's right, out on the racetrack. All right. So first we're going to start off with meeting with the powers to be that control the website that you would sign up on. Then we're going to go into the clubhouse and we'll talk to Linda about getting you signed up, and then we'll have Bernie that talks about the kind of gear that you're going to need, and then we're going to have Joe that's going to tell you what you need to do in order to get a car to pass the tech inspection in order to race out on the racetrack with the rest of us. And basically, if you're trying to do this for driving school, what they're really looking for is, do we feel safe racing with you? You don't have to be fast, all right? There's no sponsorship here. There's no trophy girls or guys. There's no, talent scouts in the stands. It's just a bunch of people like us that love to go fast still, and feel like we're 16 years old again. We're out there on the racetrack driving as fast as we can. That's what it is. So, do we feel safe racing with you? That's what it's going to be, all right? That's what it's going to take to pass driving school. It's not how fast you are. So even though you think, well, I've never really done this before, I'm not sure if I'm going to be fast or not, it doesn't really matter, okay? So it all matters that you have fun and that we're safe and everybody feels safe around you, all right? Okay, so with that, we'll be back in a minute. We're going to start this series. Hey, it's Al Angelo from A Plus Racing. We're at Laguna Seca, and guess who I tracked down? No, not that person. I got Courtney from the SCCA. She is going to be your first contact person when you want to come to the SCCA San Francisco Region Driving School. All right. So we're out here in beautiful Laguna Seca. I finally got to crash pass with her because she's super busy, but she's taking the time to give you the information that you need on how to get started. So I'm going to pretend like I'm a new driver and I want to start getting involved in racing with the SCCA. So Courtney, my name is Al, and I want to race cars. What's my first step that it's going to take in order for me to get behind the wheel of a race car?
So your first step is going to be you're going to join SCCA's website, so scca.com. You're going to create a membership. That's going to give you a member number. From there, on their website, they have the novice permit application, which you do need to fill out in order to go to the school. You need to have a physical done as well. That form is online on the Nationals website as well. You can, the good part about this is though, you can go to just an urgent care, a 24-hour doctor to get a physical done, just a basic physical, nothing too extensive. From there, you will do your physical, you have your membership done. At that point, when we go live on Motorsport Reg with the event for driver school, you will register on there.
So what was the website?
Motorsportreg.com. You will type in, under the search, you'll find events, you'll type in at San Francisco Region Driving School. It'll come up. It's always, the second week of February. It's right around the first, second week. We're not quite sure on the date yet, but it's coming soon, right along with the event going live on motorsportreg.com. Once that goes live, you register. We get the notification that you've registered. We will send you the information email, which then includes your flag test, your GCR test. It shows you how to do the ground school, gives you a step-by-step how to do the ground school on SCCA's website, because there is a ground school with modules that you have to do on there. Once that's done, you are all good to go. If you have any questions, we do have our phone number, 530-934-4455. You can email me, Courtney, COURTNEY, at sfr@scca.org. Or we have Trish in the office too. She's wonderful. If you give her a call at the same number, one of us will answer and help you. If you have anything else, like I said, we're there. And I think that's about it.
Okay, so now you've got the lowdown on the first steps, all right? See Courtney, she's going to help you out to help you get out on the racetrack, and I will see you at the track. Bye now. Hey, we're at Thunder Hill. I know you want to come here. I want to do this on how do I get involved in racing? So we're here at the SCCA race. We got a race going on right now, as you can hear them in the background. And I want to do this so that you understand the steps of what it takes to go ahead and get your racing license. We're out there racing with the rest of us. First off, SCCA been around since 1944. They've been racing cars for a hell of a long time. The cool thing about the SCCA is all these people who volunteer to race or to help out with the event, they're also race car drivers like you and me, or like maybe you want to be. So your first step here at the racetrack is after you've registered, and we've already talked to Courtney about registration, then once you've done that, you're going to come to the track and you're going to need to see Linda, okay? So we're going to go inside and Linda's going to explain to you what it takes to do driving school and what's it take for your first race. What do you need to bring with you? What do you need to expect here when you come through these magical doors, all right? So first step, let's go inside and let's see what the girls are doing. Come on. So Linda normally sits over here on the right. And the one cool thing about coming in here is that they have free candy. Okay, yeah, they got free candy. It's right over here. It's all you could eat, all right? And so a lot of times if you're looking for me at the racetrack, I'm usually where the free candy's at, all right? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Linda, and she's going to tell you all about what to expect when you come here for your race, all right? Okay. So I'm going to give her the mic. And you're golden. Go.
Al asked me to talk about what it's like for a driver to come to an SCCA event. If you are an experienced driver with a competition license, you sign up for any one of our regional events on Motorsports Reg. Once you have done that and you have all your gear together, you have your car ready, you show up at the track. Once you're at the track, you come through registration, you get your car teched, and you're ready to go. If you are a brand new driver and you're at all interested in learning how to drive in an SCCA event, we encourage you to attend our annual driver school here at Thunder Hill, usually in February. We have a great school. It's 3 days long, and you will learn the best school techniques you possibly can at any event in the United States. Thank you. If you are an experienced driver and you're coming to one of our regional events, at our registration process, you can do not only register yourself for the event, you can tech your car. You need to come with your vehicle logbook showing that it's been teched, your helmet with a annual sticker on it, your competition license, and we will have you in and out of here in no time. That's all you need to accomplish both registration and tech for an SCCA San Francisco region event.
Okay, so when you come here and you need any questions, Linda, any of the girls up here are great resources for you to get information to make this smoother. I know you're nervous. You don't have to be nervous. It can be a very smooth process, okay? Come in here, ask them. There's going to be a line. A lot of times they have the express line, which is not very express, but it is an express line, and that's if you have your helmet sticker and all your stuff ready to go.
Don't listen to him.
What you want to make sure you have done, though, is that you have your information filled out in your logbook, okay? So open up the logbook to the page where the next empty page, you're going to you sign your name on it, you're going to write the date of the event and what the track is at, and then you have all that with you when you come in here, all right? And so if you have any questions, you can ask anybody here at the SCCA. They're very helpful to answer you and point you in the right direction, okay? And if you're coming to Thunder Hill, it's a good idea to have a bike because you might be going from one end of the track to this end of the track, unless you're planning on losing a lot of weight, because you could walk it. It's about a half a mile down that way. All right? Okay, our next stop is going to be what gear you need to bring, and for that, we're going to go see Bernie, okay? So I'm going to grab a handful of candy, and then we're going to go over there, all right? Thanks, Linda. Let's go. Okay, we're back here, and now we're at Tech. So we walked from the clubhouse over here to Tech, and we're coming here, and we should have our gear with us, and Bernie's going to explain what we need. Bernie's been here for a long time. She's run this station for as long as I can remember. She knows the ins and out of getting your car through Tech, all right? And then after we finish up here, we're going to actually take a car through tech inspection and show you what the logbook's all about. So Bernie is going to take it over from here.
Hi, so you've just come from race administration. You've got a wristband. They've checked you in. When you come down here with your gear, there is an annual inspection, the calendar year, for all your gear. When we've checked it, shoes, socks, suit, gloves, balaclava, if you need it, and the Hans device, and we're going to check the helmet, then you'll get the year's helmet sticker. That means all your gear is ready to go. So that's one line down here. There might be three, but the gear is one. The car needs to make sure it's got a valid annual inspection. Those have an anniversary date. So the cars will be out in the impound area, and that's a different line because we don't know how many we'll get. After you've got a valid annual plus sticker, there's another line here where we're checking you off of our basically an attendance list to make sure we've got everything in order. And from there, you're going to get your event sticker. You'll get an event sticker for each race you attend throughout the year, including driver's school. And that's going to go on your left shoulder on the roll bar. That should be it. You're good to go. You're ready to go out on course and have a good time. Thank you. See you soon.
Okay, so our next step is to actually get a car and bring it on over to the tech inspector where Bernie's husband, Joe, is going to look it over and we're going to show you what it takes to get that car through tech. All right, so we'll be right back in a minute. Okay, now in this section, we're going to talk to Joe. Joe is the head tech inspector for the SCCA in the San Francisco region. He's going to walk you through what they look for a tech inspection on a car. Now, if you're renting a car, like from A+ Racing, then we'll take care of all this for you. So if you're renting a car for SCCA school or for an SCCA event, the person that you're renting the car from should already have the logbook. He's going to explain what the logbook is, how you get a logbook. If you've got your own race car and you're trying to get a logbook, he'll explain it. Joe is the man when it comes to tech inspection. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Joe. I'm going to clip my mic on here, and then he's going to be able to fire away.
Thanks, Al.
I'm out.
All right, so this is a SCCA vehicle logbook. You'll see here on the bottom, there's an identification number. And what we do is we have metal die that we stamp the numbers on the roll cage. So I'm going to go look for that. It's typically on the passenger side. And there it is. So I just check that against the number and make sure that it matches.
Where's it at, Joe?
It was right here.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's step number one. Next thing I do is I come back here in the trunk and I want to make sure that the positive terminal on the battery is covered with some sort of plastic or tape. In this case, that's acceptable. The other thing I'm looking for are any light gaps through here. If there's a fire in the trunk, we want to make sure that there's no light gaps through here to potentially allow flames to go into the driver's compartment. And so I can see that there is a small little light gap I can see there, so I'm going to tell you guys to put a little foil tape on that to make sure that that's sealed. Okay? Next thing I'm going to do is come check to make sure that you have what's called a fuel sample port. A fuel sample port is basically used to extract fuel, and we test it to make sure that you're compliant with the rules. And so in this case, the fuel sample port is right here. Typically it's a Schrader valve, and we just run a hose off of it into a bottle, a test bottle. And the reason we do that is to make sure that, especially when the cars just come off the track, we don't want to spill fuel on the hot engine and burn me specifically, okay? All right, next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we have a safety harness that is properly identified. In this case, we have a G-force safety belt, and on the safety belt is typically a tag that shows an expiration date. So I'm looking for it now.
It's on the bottom.
Okay.
I want to say it's
one of those. Oh, there it is. Is that it?
Okay, in this case, this says that the harness system is good through December of this year. Okay? Last but not least, we ask the driver to get into the car and start it up. And with the motor running, we ask them to depress the brakes, and I check to make sure that the brake lights are illuminated in the back.
Perfect. You want me to do that right now?
If you want.
Perfect. You want to just hold the camera and point it at? Just
Sure.
don't touch that button right there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to go around to the back of the car and look at the brakes. Go ahead and put the brakes on. You can see we've got brakes on both sides. The other thing we're also going to do is we're going to check to make sure the kill switch works. So the kill switch is located right here. And so with the motor running, we'll flip the kill switch, and that's exactly what's supposed to happen. It kills the engine. Okay? And that's basically it. Well, the last thing I want to look at is make sure that the fire bottle, if there is one, shows that it's at least half full, and this one is. Also, there needs to be what's called a forward-facing camera mounted in the car. I don't see one here, so if I were to issue an annual sticker for this, I would make a notation that the forward-facing camera would need to be installed before you're allowed to go back out. And then at that point, I go ahead and issue a annual sticker in your logbook, and you're good to go for 1 year. That's it.
Thank you so much, Joe.
All right.
Appreciate it.
If they're not in a box.
Okay, so we're back. So now you know the steps it takes to get your SCCA racing license. So step one, go ahead and get on motorregs.com and sign up. You'll get an SCCA number, and then you're going to contact Courtney down at the SCCA headquarters here in San Francisco region. Then they're going to send you some ground school classes with stuff, modules and stuff you have to do online. Then you're going to show up for the SCCA school, and you're going to have all your gear. You're going to have your helmet, your head sock, your underwear, your racing suit, and don't forget it has to be SFI rated. You're going to have your socks. You're going to have your shoes, and you're going to have your gloves, and you're going to have some type of neck restraint. Okay, that helmet's got to be current on a Snell rating too. So I don't know what year you're watching this, but they're running 10-year increments. All right, so you're going to have all your gear. You're going to bring your gear over to Bernie. She's going to look at it and give you a sticker to put on your helmet. That's your annual for your gear. You don't have to check that in again. From then on out, you're just walking up with your helmet. You show them the sticker. You're going to need to have a legal race car. Rent one from A+ Racing. He'll give you a deal. All right, so you got to have a legal race car that has a logbook. A current logbook has to be current. And then you're going to take the car or the logbook to the tech inspector, and then they're going to look at the logbook. And if the logbook isn't current, then they're going to have to look at the car. You're going to go to registration. You're going to see Linda, and Linda's going to hook you up on signing in and make sure that you get all your paperwork done. They're going to give you a sticker for the roll cage. And that sticker, you put it on the driver's side behind you right there, and you should be set to go. Get ready for a lot of driving in the next 3 days, okay? It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're out there and you see me, say hi. And if you need a hand with anything, don't hesitate to ask me. I'll point you in the right direction as best I can, all right? I want to see you at the racetrack, and this is the way of doing it, all right? You guys have a great day. Thank you for watching this video. Bye now.